What's up, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy. I hope you're all doing well. So today I'm going to be doing a video talking all about like my top EDH cards. And basically the whole reason I want to do this video is because these are cards that like I feel like are really staple EDH cards. Of course, you know, they're cards that I run in like basically all of my EDH decks. I'm really staying away from talking about removal in this video simply because I want to do separate videos talking all about spot removal and all about field wipes, so I didn't really want to get into that. But these are cards that are pretty much just cards that I really like. These are cards that I will trade for, even if I don't have a deck to put them in. I'm like, I'm gonna use this card at some point, so I do want to hang on to them. And the good part about a lot of these cards is that they're colorless, so you can run them in everything, which is super awesome. So yeah, let's start. I want to start talking about actually cards that are not colorless, and then we'll get into the colorless stuff. So basically, I lied. There is one removal card that I'm gonna be talking to you about, but I love this Magic card a lot. Oblivion Ring. This is probably my favorite Magic card in the entire game of Magic. It's definitely, I feel like, gets thrown by the wayside when people talk about other removal cards, but Oblivion Ring does a lot of work. It's really good in EDH. You kind of just, it just deals with anything, really. It just deals with anything, which is really awesome. It's not specific to creature, to enchantment, anything. It's just, I don't like what's on your field, let me get rid of it. It's like, you top deck an Oblivion Ring in EDH, you're probably like, yes, this is what I wanted. One of the things that I want to top deck if there's something super threatening on the board. And it deals with Emrakul, which is really relevant. Maybe not so much in EDH. I don't know, do people run Emrakul in EDH? Probably. There's probably like a million EDH decks with it, but Oblivion Ring, one of my all-time favorite Magic cards, probably my favorite. I'm gonna make a page in my binder just dedicated towards all different Oblivion Ring. It's gonna be really beautiful. Okay. So, talking about black cards, I have a couple that I want to share with you. The first card that I have that I run in every single one of my black EDH decks, no question, is Dark Ritual. Like, how could you not love this card? This card's like really awesome. I actually have like spare Dark Rituals right now, which is so weird for me because I like took apart two of my black decks or something, and like, or two of my decks that had black in it, and I was like, wow, I have extra Dark Rituals that like never happens. But yeah, this is just such a staple card. It's like 1 mana to get 3 mana to your pool that's like black. It's just like, how are you upset about that? I don't know. You can't be. Exactly. It's a great card. Okay, this card I have that if I wanted to blow like a lot of money on Magic cards, this would be one of those cards. To replace Diabolical Tutors, I would love Demonic Tutors. I'm talking about Diabolical right now, but I would love Demonic Tutors. That would be like, that would be A+ if I could just have like 5 of those. That would be really great. But that's not the reality. Right now I run Diabolical Tutors simply because they're 2 more mana, but it's Sense and Demonic is like $20, and that is just really expensive for one Magic card. Also, I don't even want to like talk about prices of Magic cards right now because of Modern. I don't even want to like think about that right now, but at the moment, yeah, just this card does a lot of work. It just gets you anything. I love tutors. Just black tutors are just really awesome, so that's a card that I love. And speaking of tutors, whole reason I basically wanted to make this video. This card, I think, is underrated. She's like my favorite planeswalker, and it's Liliana Vess. I mean, she just does so much. If I have Liliana Vess and I just neg to her, I pretty much always neg to her because I like tutoring my cards, and she's awesome. I have a lot of these, like, I'm not kidding, I think I have like 5 Liliana Vesses, which makes me happy, but it also makes me think that that's a lot of money on Liliana Vess. But I don't care because she's awesome. The fact that she can tutor for you, or she discards a card, or you get creature cards back from graves. I basically never use her ult because I'm mostly taking her down, but she just does a lot of work. I'm actually really want to get one for Tasigur because I can put the top card of what were those words? I can put the card that I get from her on top of my library, and then I can mill it with Tasigur and potentially get it back. So she's really cool. I really like her a lot. I like every single one of my black decks I run her. Okay, now we're going to talk about colorless cards. So we got a lot of cool things to talk about. First card that we're going to talk about that I really, really like a lot is Crystal Ball. I really like this card a lot more than I thought that I would. I think this card kind of looks very bland. It's like, whatever. But scrying is really relevant. Scrying is a really awesome thing. It's a really powerful mechanic, and it was definitely one of those mechanics that when I saw, I was like, scrying is really not that good. It's really relevant. Knowing that information, knowing what cards are on top of your library is really helpful. And it's scry 2 also. It's just really awesome. This is one of those cards that, again, I pretty much there's a couple of them that I don't have, but I run this in a lot of my decks because I really like it a lot. Another card that I like that I think is really good in, I would say strictly in monocolored decks, is Cage Sun. I mean, it's just like a bomb in monocolored decks because it's like, they get your creatures get +1/+1 of that color, which if you're running a mono deck, hello. And your basic lands tap for double, so it's like really good. I mean, if you're running green-white, you can get away with running Mirari's Wake, but for just anything else really that's monocolored decks, I think that Cage Sun's a really cool addition. It's 6 mana, it is a lot, but really good. Another card that I really like that I kind of looked at and said, that card's okay, but in EDH I think this is a really good card. It's a Hero's Blade. If you're really playing with your commander and you run your commander and you want to swing with your commander, I think that Hero's Blade is a really cool card because basically it's 2 mana to give your creature +3/+2. It's like, that's like really sweet. And again, if you're prioritizing swinging with your commander a lot, that's like those extra points of damage are really relevant. Yeah, I really like this card a lot. Alright, let's talk about some mana fixing. I'm just gonna put these 2 in order. The rest of this is really not in order. But, first I have Traveler's Amulet in terms of getting lands, basically. Traveler's Amulet's really good. I know there are a lot of ways to get lands out of your deck and get them into your hand and stuff like that. I really like Traveler's Amulet because, yes, it's basic, which, I mean, if you're running, like, fancy lands, it's not, like, the best, but it's, like, it's just really good and it's colorless, so you can just run it and everything, which I really like, because, like, a lot of times, you know, they'll have, like, green ramp spells, and then it's like, well, what for the other colors? And that's why these colorless ones are really good to have. Similarly, Armillary Sphere is really awesome as well. I really like this card for 2, 3, 4, 5 color decks, simply because you can get 2 of different colors, which is really awesome. And you get 2 lands for 4 mana, so that's like really cool. I really like this card. I run this in like a lot of my decks that, like a lot of my decks that have like single color, I'll run Traveler's Amulet, but a lot of decks that run more than like 1 color, I'll run Armillary Sphere, just so that I can get those, make sure I'm getting all of my colors. Especially right now, since I did just build Alesha and Tasigur EDH, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I really need to make sure that I get my colors so that I can do everything that I want to. Alright, cool. Next card I want to talk about is a really fun one. Staff of Nin. Definitely an underrated card, I think, in my opinion. I was, remember I was asking my friends about this card, about cards that would give me card draw that were not in blue, and had a really hard time. And, it's kind of a lot of mana for what it does, 6 mana, but this card is like really good because you get to ping something, which, I mean, you know, if you're getting this out like turn 6 or something like that, you know, the game's gone on for like a little bit. If you get this out like late game, it's like kind of 1 damage, but, you know, can kill, you know, anything with like toughness. Yeah, toughness, 1 or less. I had to think about that. I was like, wait, what is the difference between power and toughness? Okay. Yeah, Staff of Nin. I really like it. And it's just like extra card draw, so it's like you get to draw 2 cards at your upkeep. Or your doorstep, which is really cool. Alright, another card that I really, really enjoy. I remember when this card was being played in Standard. I think this was really interesting. Elixir of Immortality. I love this card so much. If you are playing long EDH games, or, well, that, and you're also playing a game maybe where you're milling yourself a lot, like you're building Tasigur or Sidisi or something like that, and you're like, oh wow, I'm milling myself out a lot. I kind of need to recycle my graveyard back into my library. Elixir of Immortality does a really good job of that. I like how you can gain 5 life off it too, which is like really relevant, and you get to shuffle this back into your graveyard. So like what people would do is when they were running this card in Standards, they were running cards like Sphinx's Revelation. So it's like you play Sphinx's Revelation and you have Elixir, and then it's like you draw these cards, and like you put something back into your graveyard because you draw too much, and then like you recycle it, and then it's just, it's just a great card. It's just, I really enjoy that card a lot. Alright, this is a staple card for basically any deck that is running probably, you could get away with it doing 2 colors. It depends on the deck. It depends on like how many mana symbols you have of each and how much you like need mana of a certain color. But Chromatic Lantern, there's a reason this card is $6. It's just so good. It's like lands just tap for any color. Like, what? One of the biggest struggles, 5-color decks are really fun, and I have one, and I love it. And the thing about it, though, is that, like, 5-color decks are really hard to pull off because you need to make sure you're getting all of your 5 colors. And especially if you have things with double blind of symbols and stuff like that, Chromatic Lantern is definitely really helpful for getting that. So, I really like that card a lot. Yeah, so going back to talking about ways to protect your general, your commander. I really love Darksteel Plate. Yes, this card is on the pricey side. It's about like $7. I feel like I say pricey and some people are like, that's nothing, but like, for me, $7 is that's a really pricey Magic card. I'm coming less and less away from that because of Modern, but I'm still not there yet. Moral of the story is that this is a great card. Basically, this is indestructible, so it gets by removal. That says destroy, which is really great. And your creature is indestructible. Like, how is this card bad? It's not. It's really good. I really like that card a lot. And then we have a complete EDH staple. Like, if you're running a deck and you care about your commander and you want your commander to be out there, why are you not running Swiftfoot Boots? I mean, like, seriously, I feel like if I didn't talk about this, I feel like someone would be like, Tracy, what are you doing? Yes to Swiftfoot Boots. This card is great. It's hexproof and haste. The quick loss is only 1, which I love, so that you can always just change it around, do whatever you want. You just have haste with a big dude and you can swing, and it's really awesome. It's just like, it's just so good. And it's like, the fact is that like, it takes them another removal spell to get rid of your creature, because they can't get rid of your creature most likely. Unless they have like, I don't know, something like Celestial Flare, which gets rid of, I love that card, that's a really good card. But Swiftfoot Boots, they have to get rid of the Swiftfoot Boots, and then they have to get rid of your creature, and it's like, well, they just wasted 2 removal spells on your thing. So, awesome card. I love Swiftfoot Boots a lot. Yeah, again, I don't think I could make an EDH. I don't think I could make this video if I didn't talk about Sol Ring, which is like an EDH staple. I mean, this card's like really awesome. It's just run this in, I don't care what you're playing. You should run Sol Ring. I'm not gonna say anything else. This card is great. Alright, another way of getting mana that I really like is Burnished Hart. I really like this card. I saw a lot of people running it, and I was kind of like, oh wow, this is like kind of a cool thing. I mean, 6 mana for what it does, but it's like, you know, you put them down turn 3, and then turn 4 you do it, and then turn 5 you just have a lot of mana. So, I really like this card. I think it's really cool. I can never complain about having too much mana, so. Alright, and last card of this video that I'm going to be talking about, is a card that I think is a really essential, I would say, EDH card, for the most part. I mean, of course it depends on, like, your matchup and stuff like that, but for the most part, you're probably going to be playing against someone who's going to be doing some type of graveyard interaction, so I really like Tormod's Crypt. If you are running black, Bojuka Bog is a really awesome substitute because it's a land, but the thing is it produces black. But other than that, Tormod's Crypt is really awesome. I actually have a foil. This is really pretty. I really enjoy this a lot. But yeah, Tormod's Crypt just does a lot of work because it's like, it's just 0 mana. It's like, it's just like really good. I mean, there definitely are, I mean, a lot of substitutes. A lot of people will do things like Rest in Peace and stuff like that. But I'm a huge fan of Tormod's Crypt, and again, it's colorless, and I really wanted to kind of do this video talking more about, like, colorless spells. Those ones at the beginning were just kind of like, hey, these cards are really awesome. Alright, guys, that's it. That's it for my, like, top EDH cards. I feel like, you know what card I didn't talk about, and I can't think of what it's called right now. It's Solemn something. It's that 4 mana for the 2/2. When it enters, you search your library for a basic land. I think you put it into your hand. And then when it dies, you draw a card. I don't remember. I don't actually have any of those. I know that's like a huge staple EDH card. Like, I know like everyone runs that card, but I don't for some reason. I don't really know why. Yeah. Alright, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day / night whenever you're watching this. And take it easy. Bye!